Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, peace and happiness always slip just beyond your reach? As if the harder you chase calmness, the more restless your heart becomes? What if I told you that a simple story, shared by a humble monk in the hills of Kyoto, could change everything you believe about life, struggle, and inner peace? Today, you will hear that story, and after this, you may never see the world the same way again. In the quiet shadow of Mount Hii, far from the chaos of modern life, there stood an ancient monastery. The walls were old but strong, covered in ivy and the gentle scent of incense that drifted in the wind. Here lived Master Yuto, a monk of great age and quiet wisdom, whose words carried the weight of a lifetime spent in meditation and contemplation. One day, a young man named Kanta arrived at the monastery. Kanta was like many of us, restless, frustrated, always searching but never finding. His mind spun with questions, doubts, and fears. His life in the city had been filled with ambition, endless striving, and disappointment. Burned out and exhausted, he had heard whispers of Master Yuto's wisdom, that the old monk knew secrets of life that could soothe even the most troubled heart. And so, Kanta came seeking answers. The morning air was crisp when Kanta first knelt before Master Yuto. Bowing deeply, he spoke, "Master, I have traveled far to learn the secret to happiness. My mind is like a storm. I have tried everything, success, pleasure, distraction, but nothing brings me peace. Please, teach me. What must I do to finally be happy?" Master Yuto smiled gently, his eyes soft as the sky at dawn. He said nothing for a long moment. Then he rose and beckoned Kanta to follow. They walked in silence through the monastery gardens. The cherry blossoms had begun to fall, their petals gently drifting to the ground. Bees hummed softly. Birds flitted among the branches. At last, Master Yuto stopped before a large, empty clay jar standing in the center of the courtyard. "Kanta," the master said, "do you see this jar?" "Yes, master," Kanta replied. "It is old, cracked, imperfect. Yet it still holds water. Its purpose is not to be flawless. Its purpose is to serve, to hold. In its emptiness, it becomes useful." Kanta looked at the jar, puzzled. "Master, what does this jar have to do with my suffering?" Master Yuto placed his hand on the jar. "You are like this jar. But your mind is full of desires, fears, regrets, and expectations. There is no space left for peace. When the jar is already full, it cannot hold fresh water. Empty yourself, Kanta. Let go of the clutter within, and you will make space for happiness." Kanta frowned. "But how do I empty myself? How do I let go of everything that fills my mind?" The monk chuckled softly. "Come, let me show you." He led Kanta to the edge of the monastery pond. The water was still, reflecting the sky like a mirror. Master Yuto picked up a small stone and dropped it into the pond. Ripples spread out in gentle circles. "This pond is like your mind," the monk said. "When disturbed, the surface is broken. It cannot reflect clearly. But when still, it mirrors the sky perfectly. Your thoughts, your worries, they are the stones that disturb the water. To find peace, you must let the water settle." Kanta watched the ripples fade, the pond returning to stillness. "But master," he said softly, "I cannot stop thinking. My mind is always spinning. How do I make it still?" The monk smiled. "Do not try to stop the thoughts. Simply watch them. Let them rise and fall like the ripples. When you stop fighting them, they lose their power. Stillness comes not from force, but from allowing." For hours, the two sat a day by the pond in silence. Kanta breathed slowly, watching his thoughts drift in and out. The wind whispered through the trees. The world turned gently. As the sun began to set, Master Yuto spoke again. "Do you feel it, Kanta?" Kanta opened his eyes. His heart was quiet, his breath soft. for the first time in years, his mind was at peace. I think I do, Master. I think I understand. The old monk nodded. Remember this. Life will always stir the pond. Troubles, joys, fears, they will come like the wind. But if you remain the watcher, if you do not grasp at them, your heart will stay clear. And in that clarity, happiness will find you. Konta bowed deeply. The lesson was simple, and yet it changed him forever. Pause, ask yourself, when was the last time you simply watched your thoughts without chasing them? Without trying to fix them? Can you, even now, sit quietly and let the mind settle like the pond in Master Yuto's garden? Let go, and you will receive. Stop grasping, and you will find peace. In Buddhism, this is called Shoshin, the beginner's mind, the mind that is empty, open, and ready to receive. When we cling to certainty, fear, and desire, we fill our jar, leaving no space for wisdom. But when we become like the empty vessel, like the quiet pond, life's truth can pour in freely. You do not need to force your mind to be empty. Simply watch. Let the thoughts rise and fall like clouds in the sky. Breathe. Smile. Allow. How can you apply this today? Times when worry grips you, pause. Breathe deeply. Watch the worry. Let it pass. Times when anger burns in your chest, smile gently. Acknowledge the anger. Watch it fade. Times when desire tempts you, bow your head. Recognize it. Let it flow through you. These small moments are the seeds of peace. Like Kenta, you can learn to let go of the endless chasing. You can become the quiet pond. You can become the empty jar, ready to be filled with the joy of simply being. And here is a final thought, a gentle affirmation to carry in your heart. Peace is not something you find. Peace is who you are, when you stop searching. Repeat this softly to yourself, whenever the mind grows restless. I am enough. This moment is enough. All is as it should be. If this story has touched your heart, please consider liking this video, sharing it with a friend who needs peace, and subscribing for more teachings from the quiet wisdom of the monks. Remember the words of Zen Master Ryokan. The thief left it behind, the moon at my window. Even when all is taken from you, the sky remains. The stars remain. Your inner light remains. Stay with this wisdom, and your life, like Kanta's, will never be the same. Thank you for walking this path today. But our journey is not yet done. Let me tell you another tale, the story of the two arrows. A young samurai once visited a Buddhist monastery, tormented by guilt over his violent past. He confessed to the abbot, an old monk with eyes as soft as falling rain. Master, the samurai said, I have killed many men. Their faces haunt me at night. I cannot escape my suffering. Is there forgiveness for one such as me? The old monk nodded gently. Tell me, warrior, when you are struck by an arrow, is it wise to search for who fired it, or to first remove the arrow from your flesh? The samurai blinked. To remove the arrow, of course. Otherwise I will die. Exactly, said the monk. And yet, when life wounds you, you shoot a second arrow into your own heart, guilt, regret, anger. The first arrow is pain. The second arrow is suffering. Why do you wound yourself a second time? The samurai fell silent. Let the first arrow be enough. Do not punish yourself for what is past. Heal. Breathe. Begin again. This teaching, from the Buddha himself, is as fresh today as it was 2,500 years ago. We cannot avoid life's first arrows, pain, loss, failure. But the second arrow, the suffering we create by clinging, blaming, regretting, that is ours to lay down. Reflect on this. How many times have you shot yourself with the second arrow today? Could you, instead, let the pain be, without adding more? Here is a practice. Times when you feel pain, pause. Name it softly, pain is here. Times breathe deeply. Remind yourself, let this be enough. I will not fire the second arrow. Times smile, gently. Feel the burden lighten. And so, like the samurai, you too can be free. Again, dear friend, if this lesson touched your heart, like, share, and subscribe for more gentle wisdom. Let us close with the words of the Buddha. In this world, hate never yet dispelled hate. Only love dispels hate. This is the law, ancient and inexhaustible. May you carry love in your heart today. Would you like to hear another story? The story of the farmer's luck? There once was an old farmer who lived with his son. One day, their only horse ran away. The neighbors cried, "Oh no! Such bad luck!" But the farmer simply said, "Maybe so. Maybe not. We'll see." The next day, the horse returned, bringing with it 3 wild horses. The neighbors cheered, "Such good luck." But the farmer simply said, "Maybe so. Maybe not. We'll see." Later that week, the son broke his leg trying to tame one of the wild horses. The neighbors mourned, "Such terrible luck." But the farmer said again, "Maybe so. Maybe not. We'll see." Soon after, soldiers came to the village, conscripting all the young men for war, except the farmer's son, whose broken leg spared him. The neighbors gasped, "What good fortune!" And the farmer gently said, "Maybe so. Maybe not. We'll see." What is the lesson here? That we cannot see the whole of life. What seems like misfortune may save you. What seems like luck may lead to trouble. So let go of judgment. Stay calm. Trust the unfolding. How can you practice this? Times when events happen, pause before you label them as good or bad. Times say to yourself, "Maybe so. Maybe not. We'll see." Times breathe. Watch. Allow life to reveal its wisdom in time. This is the Zen way, the way of gentle patience. Would you like more such wisdom? Like, share, and subscribe. And may your heart remain like the farmer's, steady, open, trusting. As Lao Tzu said, do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Wait. Watch. Be still. And life will flow as it should. Stay blessed. Your journey toward peace has only just begun.